And which ways are we going? Hi, I'm Micky Marie Morrison with BabyWeightTV. Thanks for joining us for our first ever live prenatal and postpartum fitness class. This will be a 30-minute class appropriate for intermediate level. So if you're a real beginner, I'll give you a few modifications. And I'll also verbally give you modifications for prenatal or postpartum phases. So we'll do the same exercises, but with a little bit of a different twist for prenatal or postpartum. So we'll start in hands and knees. Also should be said, be sure you have doctor approval before doing this or any fitness class if you're pregnant or in the first 2 months postpartum. So coming to hands and knees, and starting just warming up the spine, inhaling, lifting the chin and the tailbone upward, exhale, tucking the tailbone under, looking between the hands, following your breath, inhale, lift, exhale, tuck, inhale, lift, exhale, tuck, good, 4 more, 3 more, 2, and last one. Good. That's great for activating the core as well as mobilizing the lumbar spine. So tucking the toes under now, lifting the knees, lifting the hips, releasing the crown of the head toward the floor, rolling the sit bones upward, breathing deeply. This is the downward facing dog position from yoga. Rolling those sit bones up high as the heels reach toward the floor. You can alternate bending one knee and then the other so the opposite heel moves closer to the floor. Good. And then taking both knees towards straight, breathing 2 more deep breaths here. And then inhaling the left leg up, opening that hip, exhale, bend that knee, dropping the foot toward your seat, inhale straight and down, exhaling and down dog, and then right leg up. On the inhale, exhale, bend that knee, keeping the weight equal in the hands, inhale straight and down, exhale, hand here. 2 more, inhale up, exhale, bend the knee, inhale straight and down, exhale here, downward facing dog. Right leg up, exhale, bend the knee, good, inhale straight and down, exhaling here. 1 more each side, left leg up. With the in-breath, exhale, bend the knee, inhale straight and down, exhale, down dog, really stretching out that right leg up, exhale, bend the knee, good job, straight and down, exhaling here, good, coming back down to hands and knees. Inhaling deeply here. Continuing with another mobilizing exercise. Exhale, looking over your left shoulder toward your left hip as you squeeze the shoulder toward the hip, squeezing the ribs toward the hip as well. Inhale back to center, then right. Inhale, center, left. Holding your belly button in toward your spine. We're working the lateral muscles of the torso, the muscles of that waistband, following your breath, looking back at that foot, really squeezing shoulder toward the hip and hip toward the shoulder. I call this tail wagging. Good. 1 more each side, left, and then right. Excellent. Now from here, step 1 foot, then the other, back to the plank position. Plank is a great exercise, prenatal or postpartum. Hips should be down in line with your body, drawing the belly button in toward your spine. You should feel a strong straight line from your shoulders, through your hips, through your knees, and out your heels. 1 more deep breath here. Just being in plank is great exercise. And now drop your knees, lift your feet, inhaling deeply here. We'll do 5 push-ups. They can be shallow or deep, keeping your elbows close to your body. Exhale to lower down a little or a lot. Inhale back up. Now, if you're very far advanced prenatal, you might not be able to go down too far. Your belly might limit the depth of your push-up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. 1 more. Exhale down. Inhale up. And last one. Good. And then step your knees in. 2, hands and knees. Walk your hands over to the right. Step your left foot forward. Lift your right knee. Wiggling that right foot back a bit. And we're here in lunge. Breathing deeply. You can do lunge up on your fingertips if that's more comfortable. 2 more deep breaths here. This is a great time to activate a strong Kegel contraction. Those Kegel exercises, pelvic floor contractions, very important, prenatal or postpartum. And lower that right knee down now. Walk your hands back, taking that left leg straight for a nice hamstring stretch, releasing your chest toward the floor. You'll also feel a nice stretch in your right low back here. Feels really good. So during pregnancy and postpartum, low back pain, one of the most common complaints. So this is a great stretch for that. Walking the hands forward, bending that knee again, coming up. Lifting that right knee up now into a lunge. Breathing deeply here. So here in lunge, you're really pressing back with that right heel and up with the back of the knee. Good work. Breathing deeply. Excellent. And then dropping that knee, relaxing the foot, walking the hands back for one more runner's stretch. You might feel you can get a little deeper into this runner's stretch than that first one. As we warm up all the tissues, all those muscles releasing. Coming forward, bending that knee, swinging the foot back around to hands and knees. Stepping, reaching back with that left leg, and then forward with the right hand. Visually focusing on a point slightly out in front of you helps you find and keep your balance here. One more deep breath here. Good. Lower down slowly. Then right leg back, left arm forward. Breathing deeply. So your arm and leg are just parallel to the floor. We're not trying to get a great height here, just to the point where there's a straight line with the torso down. One more each side, left leg, right arm. Good. Lower slowly. Right leg, left arm. Excellent work. Good job. Lower down. And now we'll add a twist to that. So just the left leg back now, reaching back with that left leg. Inhaling here. Exhale. Bring that knee out to the side. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, out to the side. Looking at that knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Good. 5 more. And 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Coming down. Same thing on the right. Shifting your weight to the left knee. Take that right leg back behind you. Inhale deeply. Exhale, crunch. Out to the side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, out to the side. Inhale, reach back. 5 more. 4. Last 1. Excellent. Back down to hands and knees. Walking those hands over to the left now. Stepping that right foot forward on the same line as the hands. Lifting the back knee. Coming up to the fingertips or the fists. Giving those wrists a break. We've done a lot of weight bearing on the hands, which is really good for building bone strength and toning those arms. Really pressing back with that left heel and up with the back of the knee. Again, activating that strong pelvic floor contraction. And then dropping the knee, walk your hands back. Releasing your chest forward, breathing deeply. Nice stretch in that left low back and the right hamstring muscle behind the right thigh. You might feel that stretch down behind the right knee where those hamstring tendons pass. Hamstrings very important to stretch, especially during pregnancy and in the postpartum phase, because they attach to the pelvis and they affect that low back pain. Inhale, lifting the chin from hands and knees. Exhale, tucking under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. 2 more. Last one. Good. Walking the hands over again. Step that right foot forward again. Come up to the lunge. Breathing deeply. Activating that strong pelvic floor contraction. Last deep breath here. Good. Dropping the knee. Walk your hands back for 1 more runner stretch. So that right knee straight. Chest release toward the floor. Breathing deeply. Good. 1 more deep breath here. Really releasing into the pose. And then swinging that foot back around to hands and knees. Stepping 1 foot, then the other back to plank. Pressing back with both heels and up with the backs of both knees. Hips down in line with your body. Breathing deeply here. 1 more deep breath. And then drop your knees. Lift your feet. Make sure your hips are down in line with the body, not up. As in hands and knees. Here in a modified plank position for 5 push-ups. Shallow or deep. Elbows close to the body as you exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back up. 3. 2 more. Last one. Good work. And then stepping those knees in from hands and two hands and knees, and then tucking the toes under, lifting the knees, rolling the sit bones upward to a downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Good. Excellent work. Looking forward. Start walking your feet in toward the center of your mat, stepping those feet open wide to make space for a big pregnant belly if you have one, releasing the crown of the head toward the floor in a forward bend. Or Uttanasana from yoga. Bending the knees slightly to roll up slowly to the point where your hands reach just above the knees on the thighs. Inhale, lifting the chin and tailbone. Exhale, tucking the chin and tailbone under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Light on the hands here. Good. Follow your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Thighs are really activated here, and we're also activating those core muscles. And again, mobilizing that lumbar spine. 2 more. Excellent. Rolling all the way up now. Stepping the feet open wide, turning the toes out to the sides. So they're pointing toward the corners of your mat. Inhaling, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, soft fists squeezing the shoulder blades together as you squat down as far as is comfortable. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat. Inhale, reach. Good. Follow your breath. 5 more. Remember, go as far as you feel comfortable. Good. And last one. And then lowering the hands down, turning toward the end of the mat. Trying to point both hips forward. Inhaling, arms up and overhead. Exhale. Hands to the heart, bending that front knee slightly. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. 2 more deep breaths here. And last one. Now inhale up. And with this exhale, take your right hand forward, left hand back, opening into a wide stance, the warrior 2 position. Now if you're prenatal, you might want to step that foot in and keep it a closer movement, or a closer pose rather. But postpartum, you can open a little more. Whatever feels comfortable to you, listening to your body, toning those shoulders just by holding a static position. And now take that right knee straight. Take your right hand down to your shin, or even if it reaches inside your foot on the floor, left hand reaching up. Look up toward that left hand. Breathing deeply. Excellent. One more deep breath here. Good. And then bend the knee to come back up to that warrior two position. Sweep that left hand forward, opening forward. Excellent. And then bring your hands down inside your foot, lifting that left heel, dropping that knee. Swing that right foot back around, coming back to hands and knees. And then step one foot then the other back to the favorite plank position. Pressing back with both heels, up with the backs of the knees. Inhaling deeply here. And as you exhale now, lift that left foot slightly off the ground. Inhale it back down, then right. So leg lifts in plank, left, and then right. Good. 3 more each side. Left, and then right. 2 more. Left, and then right. Good. Last one. Left. Excellent. Now drop your knees, lift your feet for 5 more push-ups. You can do it. Inhaling deeply here. Elbows close to the body as you exhale, lower down. Inhale back up. Exhale, lower down. Remember, if you need to modify, keep it shallow. That's just fine. 2 more. And last one. Good work. Step those feet, knees in rather, to hands and knees, and then come around to sit. Swinging the legs around, rolling the shoulders back and down. So we'll do a couple of variations of the boat pose. The modification for prenatal moms is that you either always keep your feet or your hands on the floor. So we'll start with the hands on the floor, everyone now, lifting the feet, shins parallel to the floor. And then you can, if you're postpartum, you can open, lifting the hands. Prenatal, keep those hands down. In either case, if you feel strong enough, try to take those knees straight. And we'll breathe 4 more slow, deep, controlled breaths here. And 3 more. Bend your knees if you need to maintain this position. 1 more deep breath. Good. And now place your hands down, then feet together, coming forward, over, leaning over the feet, breathing deeply. So we're really relaxing the abs there and stretching those deep hip rotator muscles. Very nice stretch. Good. Coming out of the stretch, bringing the knees together now. This time, we'll keep the feet down at first, rolling the shoulders back and down. Long spine, heart open. Turning the palms upward to receive energy as you lower your shoulders back down toward the mat. Good job. Now, if you're postpartum, go ahead and lift 1 foot, then the other up. Prenatal, always keeping those feet down, and if you want to make this a little more challenging, you can lower your shoulders back toward the floor a little more. 3 more deep breaths here, you can do it. 2 more. Excellent, last one. And now lower the feet if you had them up. Use your hands to help you out of the pose. Coming back to another butterfly stretch, so putting those soles of your feet together, leaning in, forward, breathe deeply. Excellent work. Coming around now to use your hands to help you come up to your feet. If you're prenatal, coming into a full squat position, either up on your toes, or if you're able to get those heels all the way down to the mat. Postpartum, if you're in the first 3 months postpartum, I don't really recommend a full squat because you're trying to bring everything back into place. So if that's your case, come just up to your knees and use the palms of your hands to press your low back forward as you roll your shoulders back and down and lift the chin, dropping the head back for several deep breaths. So going back to that prenatal variation, the full squat, one of my favorite places for you to be as long as you can tolerate it. So I recommend trying to be here for a few minutes several times a day as you're preparing your body. For childbirth, it really helps it's a gravity-assisted passive stretch, helping the pelvis to open. The only contraindication for this full squat position would be if you have pubic symphysis pain, which you would probably know if you do have. It's a pain in the pubis, it's right where those bones meet in the center. And in that case, you would avoid this position. So either way now, coming out and back to hands and knees, stepping one foot then the other, you guessed it, back to another plank. We love plank. Well, I love plank, and you will love what plank does for you and your body. Pressing back with both heels and up with the backs of the knees. Again, this is another good place to activate a strong pelvic floor contraction. So you're really activating your whole core. The pelvic floor is the floor of the core, so it's a very important part of those core muscles, especially during and after pregnancy. Drop those knees for 5 more push-ups. Heels up, hips down in line with the body. Exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up. Good. 4 more. Sorry, that would have been just 1 more now. I don't want to make you do more than 5, or you might not tune in again. Coming back to hands and knees. Dropping down to your elbows here. Tuck your toes under and try to lift your hips and your knees up into what's like a downward facing dog position, but down on your elbows. So we're giving those wrists a rest. Done a lot of weight bearing here. Breathing deeply. Good. And since this is a short class, you don't take many real rests other than in just some stretching positions. In my longer classes, we do some child's pose, but we can do that at the end. There's always time to rest later. Inhaling deeply here. Exhale, stretch that left leg out behind you and the right arm forward. Inhale deeply here again. And now as you exhale, try to bring your knee forward and your right elbow back. Obviously, if you're prenatal, your belly will limit your range of motion there. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, crunching. Now, if you're more of a beginner, or if your balance is off and this is too challenging, keep your arm down and just do the leg movement. Good. Following your breath. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Lowering down slowly. Then stretch that right leg back. Left arm forward. Breathing deeply. Exhale to crunch. Remember, small movement, or if you're able to do a deeper crunch there. On that exhale, following your breath. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Good. Excellent work. Coming down to hands and knees, and then to sitting, bringing the feet around. Making your way down. First, through one more boat. So we'll do that boat variation with the hands down if you're prenatal. Lifting the feet, legs straight or bent, whatever is available to you. Postpartum, you can lift your arms. 4 more deep breaths here. Great core work here in the boat. Trying to keep your heart open is the key. And if you have your hands down prenatal, that's easier to be sure you're keeping a straight spine, keeping the heart open. Good. And now making your way down, all the way down to the mat, lying on your back, breathing deeply, pressing your low back flat to activate a pelvic tilt. That is the key here for these mat exercises. Definitely should be said that even far into your third trimester, it's okay, as long as you feel okay, to be on your back for a few minutes for exercise. We never stay here for more than just a few minutes at a time. Pressing your low back flat. Take your left leg straight. Inhale deeply here. Keep that low back glued to the body. Left leg walk straight. Low back glued to the floor, rather. Exhale, lower the heel down toward the floor. Inhale, lift that straight leg back up. Keep your low back flat. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. We'll do 4 more. If you're postpartum, you can lift your head and shoulders. Exhale down. Inhale up. Prenatal, keep your head and shoulders down on the floor. 2 more. And last one. Good. Releasing that pelvic tilt. For a deep breath. And then press the low back flat again. Take your right leg straight. Keep your low back flat. Inhale deeply here. Postpartum, you can lift that head and shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Prenatal, I have you keep your head down so we don't put too much strain on that rectus abdominis muscle. 3 more. 2. Last one. Good. Bending the knee. Relaxing that pelvic tilt. Pressing the low back flat. Lifting one foot then the other to the double tabletop position. Pressing the low back flat. Keep the low back glued to the floor throughout this exercise. Exhale to take your left toes down toward the floor. Keep your knee bent to 90 degrees here. Inhale back up. Exhale, right foot down. Inhale back up. So you're actually lowering your knee down as well. Not just bending your knee, because that doesn't really do anything. Right leg down. Inhale up. Left. Keep that low back glued to the floor. Right. Good. 4 more each side. Again, postpartum, lift that head and shoulders for a little more of a challenge. Good. 2 more each side. And last one. Excellent work. Lowering the feet down, relaxing that pelvic tilt, bringing your feet in close to your seat. Press through your feet to lift your hips up. Resting your hands down on the mat. Pressing, so lifting those hips as high as you can here in a bridge position. Another great time because it's a synergistic contraction with the pelvic floor, activating a strong elevator contraction in the pelvic floor. So that's as if an elevator is rising up inside your pelvis, and hold it at the top floor for another deep breath. And then release the elevator back down as you release your hips down to the mat. Good job. Excellent work. Rolling over now to your left side. Cradling your head in your hand, bending your left knee. Exhale to lift that right leg up. Straight leg, toes pointed straight ahead. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good job. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1. Excellent. Good job, ladies. Pressing up to a straight arm, taking that left arm straight and fingertips pointing toward the end of your mat. Left leg straight in line with your body. Planting your right foot in front of you. Reach up with your right hand and exhale to lift your hips up. Good. Looking up at that hand. Now, if you're postpartum, you can slide that foot down in front of the other so that you're in more of the full side plank position. And lowering down slowly. Excellent work. Coming through to open the hips. Opening the legs out straight, walking your hands forward to release your chest toward the floor for a nice wide leg squat. And then coming up, bending. Coming down to that right side now for those leg lifts. Lay your head in your hand. Exhale, lift that left leg up. Inhale, lower it back down. Toes pointed straight ahead. Good. Following your breath. So we're really focusing not only on toning the hip and thigh, which we definitely are, and you can certainly feel, but also on squeezing that hip toward the ribs. Following your breath. 2 more. So we're really activating that core here too. Last one. Excellent. Coming up to that straight arm, fingertips pointed toward the end of the mat, straightening that bottom leg, placing the top foot in front. Exhale, lifting the hips up. We'll stay here for 4 deep breaths. You can slide that foot down in front of the other foot so that both legs are straight. If you're postpartum, prenatal, keep that foot planted in front of you. Or more beginner postpartum, also keep that foot planted in front of you. This is very strong core work here. 1 more deep breath. Excellent. Lowering down slowly. Coming out just to a simple seated position for some shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders up and back. So shrug up toward your ears, roll back and down. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Well, good job, moms. That's concluding our 30-minute first ever live prenatal and postpartum class for BabyWeight.tv. And if you have any questions for me now or comments, I would be happy to entertain at the moment. Should we bring it closer?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's hello. Well, it looks like we don't have any questions. Thanks so much for joining us today. Yeah? Okay. Thanks very much. I can't see the comments for some reason. They're not here. Thank you very much for joining us today.